All right, guys, let's get some MLB plays and props for Friday, April 5th slate of games. Try to take a look at that leaderboard and have you start us off.
Game picks, no bueno. I gave out the Nationals on the money line versus the Pirates. The Nationals, they lost this game by a score of 7-4. Got down a big hole, tried to crawl out of it as the innings kept going on. Just not enough time left in the game.
Yeah, and I gave out the Cardinals in the first five. Should have gave them out for the game because they did end up winning 8-5. But Lance Lynn, he gave up a 3-run shot in the top of the fifth, kind of screwed us. The Cardinals, they did get a couple runs in the bottom of the fifth, but we had the minus a half. 0-1 day. Now 0-4 the last four. I need to pick up a win somewhere. Trey, let's go with the props. Have you start us off.
Yeah, guys, I swept here on the player props. I went 2-0, and it felt great to get back on the winning side. I give out C.J. Abrams over 6.5 fantasy score versus the Pirates, and Abrams, he scored 17 fantasy points in this game. He hit a dinger and just absolutely crushed the over. And I also gave out Pablo Lopez under 5.5 strikeouts versus the Guardians. Don't know when the last time his strikeouts was set that low, but for good reason. Pablo Lopez only finished with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, I had a 1-0 day so far. Had Nolan Arenado to go over 1.5 bases. He had 3 hits in this game, a double against Ryan Weathers and then 2 singles with the bullpen. So he crushed that one for us. Then my other player prop is Seth Lugo, under 2.5 earned runs going up against the White Sox tonight. That game is currently in the top of the 6th. The White Sox have 0 runs. Seth Lugo still on the mound, so it's looking pretty good right now. Just need him to stay composed, keep it under 2 runs so we can catch that play. Trey, let's go to the plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to take us over to the Seattle Mariners going up against Milwaukee Brewers game, and I think this is going to be a very fun game to watch. This is the first game of the series, and both teams, in my opinion, they're throwing out some great pitchers. Seattle, they're throwing out Logan Gilbert here, and he enters this game with an 0-0 record and has a 1.29 ERA paired with a 160 batting average and a 0.7 whip, and Gilbert, he just dominated the Red Sox in his first start. In Milwaukee, they're throwing out Freddie Peralta, or as Bear calls him, Freddie P, and he's already 1-0 this year with a 1.5 ERA paired with an elite 0.56 batting average and a 0.33 whip. His only hit allowed was a dinger in his last start, but besides that, he was just absolutely lights out. I believe this is going to be a low-scoring game, but 7.5 runs is just far too low. Instead, I'm just going to take the plus a half. So I'm going to go over to the first 5 innings and take the Mariners at plus a half in this game. I just feel like this is going to be a low-scoring game, and I would not be surprised if this game is tied going into the 6th inning. And if it isn't, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Mariners have the lead. Seattle, they have been struggling to score runs so far this year, but their lineup is absolutely stacked with J.P. Crawford, J-Rod, Polanco, Haniger, Garver, and France with the 1 through 6 spots in their lineup. I think that that's pretty underrated, and they just need to have one good game to get the bats going, and this one might be it. Another going up against Freddie Peralta, but hey, they're pros too. And the Mariners, they got swept by the Brewers last year, so I expect them to get at least some revenge in this game. They got to. Give me the Mariners plus a half in the first 5 innings versus the Brewers.
Yeah, Trey, I'd like to play there for you. For my play today, I need a win, and I'm going to be looking at the Tampa Bay Rays going on the road to face off against the Rockies. I really like the Rays in this game to put up a lot of runs, so I'm going to take the team total over 6.5 runs against the Rockies. The Rockies, they're going to be throwing out one of my favorite guys. I do think Austin Gomber can be a good pitcher. Last season on the road, he was a very good option for the Rockies, but whenever he pitches at home, he has been horrible in his career. It's got to be tough, though, being a Rockies pitcher because of the altitude. Everything's a lot easier for the hitters. Last season, Austin, he did not have a great year pitching at home, and I'm going to assume that's going to be the case this season as well. His first start of the season was on the road this season. He got into a little bit of trouble with the long ball in that game. He gave up 2 home runs and 4 earned runs against the Diamondbacks. The Tampa Bay Rays also feast off of left-handed pitching already, having a 283 batting average as a team against lefties and 60 at-bats. They have 17 hits this year. If we also look at the stats from last season for the Tampa Bay Rays, they were much better against left-handed pitching than right. Austin, unfortunately for him, he's a left-handed pitcher. He's going to be at home in this game. Double whammy for him. It's going to be tough. He's going to struggle in this game. Give me the Tampa Bay Rays over 6.5 team total as the play. Trey, let's go with the player props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, I'm going to take us over to the Polar Bear. I'm going to be going with Pete Alonso to go over his fantasy score going up against the Cincinnati Reds. I really love this over for Alonso in this game because he's already enjoying a nice 2024. He's batting .292 on the year, and he even played a doubleheader yesterday. So he's coming in this game with some momentum. He went 3 for 9 yesterday and even had a dinger. So I expect him to keep that momentum going here in this game. And to be quite frank, that's honestly because of his fantastic matchup against Hunter Green. Alonso, he loves facing off against Hunter Green. These two guys, they've played against each other in 3 games and have had 9 plate appearances. And Alonso, he is 2 for 6 with 2 dingers, 4 RBIs, and 3 walks. So he definitely has Hunter Green's number. And I expect Alonso to set the tone here in this game. He's the Mets' big stick, and he swung it in yesterday's game, got a dinger. I expect him to swing it throughout this game too. The fact that Alonso is coming in this game with a hot bat against a terrible pitcher, it just makes me love it so much. Give me Pete Alonso to go over his fantasy score versus the Reds.
Yep, like the polar bear there, Trey. We're going to stay in the same game. For my betting prop, it's going to be Spencer Steer. The Cincinnati Reds go over 1.5 bases going up against the Mets. Spencer Steer is one of the young players that the Reds have who makes this team fun to watch. He's got a ton of potential. He's going to get a great matchup in this game going up against Jose Quintana. And Quintana, he's a left-handed pitcher, which makes it even better for us. I already have my concerns with Jose. He hasn't been very reliable ever since he got to the New York Mets, even though he's now the number 1 option for them. I think he's very hittable, and that has shown over the last year of baseball, and it showed on opening day against the Brewers. Spencer Steer, he's coming into this game dominating left-handed pitching, having 160 at-bats last year, collecting 50 hits against lefties, batting .313 on the season. He has 19 of those 50 hits as extra base hits as well, and he just dominates against lefties compared to righties. The numbers don't lie with this one. Give me Spencer Steer to continue to hit well against left-handed pitching as the play. Trey, let's go with the pitching props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Grayson Rodriguez here to go over his strikeouts versus the Pirates. I love this over for Rodriguez in this game. I expect him to have a great day on the mound here, just like he did in his first start against the Angels. He pitched in 6 innings in that game and allowed 1 run on 4 hits while striking out 9 batters. And I expect him to have another great game here versus Pittsburgh. That's because the Pirates, they have been striking out a ton this year. They've had terrible plate discipline. The Pirates, they strike out an average of 11.67 times per game. That's the most in the MLB. So we should expect Rodriguez to be comfortable and confident coming into this game, especially with his last start being so dominant. Last season, we can't be soon to forget, Rodriguez was the Orioles' ace, but with Corbin Burns here in town now, he's been able to fly under the radar, and I think he's going to use this game to keep proving that he really is that dude. Give me Grayson Rodriguez here to go over his strikeouts versus the Pirates.
Yeah, I like that one there, Trey. For my pitching prop, it's going to be Austin Gomber to go over 2.5 earned runs going up against the Rays. I already talked a lot about this game, and I'm going to take the Rays to score over 6.5 runs as a team, so I might as well take Austin Gomber to go over his total runs on the game. Again, Austin, he's struggling in the first game against the Diamondbacks, only going 4 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits, 3 walks, and 4 total runs in the game. Last season, he was much worse at home than he was on the road, and I think that trend is going to continue in this one with the elements playing in Colorado. Tampa Bay, they also hit off of left-handed pitching much better than right-handed pitching, and that dates back to last season, having a .270 batting average against lefties and a .255 batting average against righties as a team. This season, they've started off even better than previous years, collecting 17 hits and 60 at-bats, having a .283 average against left-handed teams. Give me Austin Gomber here. He's going to struggle. He's pitching in Colorado. The Rays slug left-handed pitching. Give me his over 2.5 earned runs in this game as the play. Trey, let's go with the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I went with the Mariners here, +0.5 on the first 5-inning run line versus the Brewers. I feel like this game's going to be a low-scoring competitive game, so I'm just going to take the +0.5. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a tied game going into the 6th. Also going with Pete Alonso over his fantasy score versus the Reds. Hunter Green alert. That's all you really need to know. Grayson Allen over his strikeouts versus the Pirates. Rodriguez, he had 9 strikeouts in his first start. Pirates, they've been striking out the most in the entire MLB. Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm going with a double whammy here. Tampa Bay Rays over 6.5 runs against the Rockies, then Austin Gomber over 2.5 earned runs against the Rays. Hopefully, both of those happen, and both of those are going to cash because one can't happen without the other if you think about it that way. Then give me a Spencer Steer over 1.5 bases going up against the Mets. He dominates against left-handed pitching. I've had problems with Jose Quintana in the past. I think he's a very hittable pitcher. Spencer Steer is going to have a great day against him. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the MLB games and prop picks for Friday, April 5th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,